The time is ticking. Hello, One Piece enthusiasts. I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about One Piece chapter 1113. And as of the chapter, I'm just gonna get to the roots of it. The world of One Piece will be submerged into water, according to Vegapunk, and this kind of blows my mind. This doesn't blow my mind because of the fact itself, but rather the direction Vegapunk is going with all of this. Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. At first, when Vegapunk started recording the message for the world, I expected Vegapunk to go through the exploits of the world government, the history behind it all, and the reason as to why the people has to know that the world government are basically terrorizing the entire world. Rather, Vegapunk is taking the more scientific route, or rather, reality of the One Piece world that most readers, or in fact me including, never realized. So, the world submerging underwater was a theory that was talked about by Mr. Morge. I think was more than 6 months back. I didn't pay much attention to it then. I might have to go back to it now, but I'm not here to talk about his theory. I'm here to talk about the whole direction that this is going and how it kind of sort of makes sense. The world government, the Celestial Dragons to be specific, chose the top of the red line to be their base of operation, or to be the place where they live in. And now that we know that the world will submerge underwater, the only people that have the most probability to live even amongst that chaos is the Celestial Dragons. And I am not surprised. I won't be surprised if Eam definitely knew of this, coming, and maybe the whole cleansing part of the thing that is happening is something that Emu wanted to do anyways, or rather was planning to do somehow. And this all adds up. Now, even aside from that, Vegapunk probably isn't going to talk about the world government exploits unless and until he explains why and how the world might be submerged underwater, and how the people should be scared about that instead. And this, to me, is an idea of the ticking time bomb that we always talk about in One Piece when Luffy's fighting against the big bad. There's always been something at stake or a time limit of something, a danger coming to the world or coming to Luffy and his friends, and that will basically be the consequence of Luffy not achieving it. And this is basically setting stage for Luffy's final battle, whether it be against Blackbeard or the world government or Emu. And this is what Luffy is fighting for. Luffy, as a warrior of liberation, is not only fighting to save the world from the world government, but rather saving the world from an imminent danger that is yet to come, and Luffy has to take that burden upon himself. Finding One Piece now, to me, feels less about becoming Pirate King, less about showing the world that the world government was wrong. Rather, One Piece is the key to saving the world in and of itself, which is probably why Roger gave up on it in the first place, because the means to achieve this grand ending, or rather being the savior of what you might call it, was too much for Roger to handle, or he didn't have enough time. And now Luffy does. So I think that basically puts a baseline of the ending of the story, and Vegapunk's message ties all of this together, and I think we will know a huge chunk of what might be occurring within the next few hundred chapters, or no matter how long the story goes on, and we will see it continuously rising and rising because of this, or going towards this imminent danger, and we will see it time and time again. Aside from all of this, the way Vegapunk phrased the word, he basically said this message to the point where it would have to be played after he passed away. And yeah, this is basically canonically confirmed that Vegapunk is no longer alive. And you see how Vegapunk mentions that I don't really blame my killer it was just a victim of circumstances. I don't really blame anyone or anything, and I think this is a message to Kizaru because he's still on the island hearing whatever Vegapunk has to say, and this is probably the trigger that will slowly turn Kizaru against the world government and show that he just isn't he doesn't want to be a cog in the machine, or rather he has his own freedom to fight for, the same way Aokiji understood his purpose in his own life and how he decided to go against the world government and do whatever he wanted to do. I think that could be the same for every other admiral except probably Akainu. And that aside, now let's just talk about how much Vegapunk will be revealing within the next few chapters. At first I thought we're probably not going to get anything at all because the Gorosei are there, and if the world does get to know about all of this just basically means that, Luffy has to live up to a standard, or rather, I was more confused about the chaos of the world and how it all tied down to the world government losing. I wanted the world government to just lose and then the world figure it out, rather than the world figuring out right now. But from what it seems, Vegapunk will reveal a huge chunk of information the world has no idea about. And remember, we have yet to see the big boys, or rather the big players of the world right now, the Yonkos, Blackbeards, Shanks, even Buggy for that matter, Akainu himself, Dragon, and whatnot. We have yet to see their reactions to the entire thing. So I think as time goes on, we will see the reactions of the world simultaneously as the fights go on in Egghead Island. And this will be a completely different story from what we've seen before, because before, after the news broke out, we got to see the reaction of the world post the arc, not during it. And I think this is a continuous pattern of Egghead Island that we will again get to see time and time again within the next few chapters until Vegapunk's message is stopped. Now, in order to stop Vegapunk's message, I think it will come down to the Gorosei deciding to destroy the entire lava sphere or everything in Egghead Island just so that they don't get exposed. And I think the benefits of them hiding the message from the entire world outweighs how much Vegapunk has the world government to offer by using his facilities. And I think that is a choice that the Gorosei has to make very soon, very, very, very soon, because the mess has just started. And I think we will see the Gorosei keep trying to destroy the source, but rather going nowhere. That's it for the video, guys. Maybe I'll have an analysis of further theories that are in the chapter in the following days. But that's it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think Vegapunk will reveal the entire message? Do you think that the Gorosei will go all out in destroying Egghead Island? And what it basically means for the world of One Piece as a whole. That's it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.